scallion sauce to go with it. Is pork belly is super rich, right? There's a lot of fat in it. So I always like to pair it with things that are gonna cut through that fat. And I didn't think it would be good to like roast the cabbage today and add more fat, because whenever you roast stuff, you have to toss it with oil. So steaming it was definitely like a really nice option today. And then for dessert, we got this really amazing pineapple. Don't know if anyone ever uses like Uber Eats or has Uber One, but we have it and we use it. Within the last year, we've almost saved $1,000. But yeah, on Tuesdays at Walmart, all the produce is 30% off if you order it. So Sam got me this like amazing, absolutely phenomenal, massive looking pineapple. So I thought instead of making cookies, because I still have some gluten-free muffins in the fridge, we would do something a bit healthier. And this dessert is inspired from a Brazilian steakhouse, if anyone's ever gone to that. So at the end of your meal, you get served everything like on a spit from a rotisserie, but at the end of the meal, they'll come around with these chunks of pineapple that they have roasted with cinnamon and sugar on them until it's like caramelized, and it's so delicious. So I thought, because that pineapple looks phenomenal, I hope it looks as good when we cut into it. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna broil it at the end of stream today, and it'll be such a yummy little sweet end to the meal. Hi Mickey, you're putting your tree up too? Is this weekend the weekend? I was wondering if our American friends, if they would wait until after Thanksgiving to put their tree up, but it seems like it doesn't really matter, which is cool. What kind of colors? Like, I know everyone usually has like a theme with their tree, right? And the decorations in their house. What colors do you have usually, Mickey? You decided to put it up? Yeah, I was saying earlier how like all of you guys are getting me kind of in the festive spirit. Like, especially since not working in a restaurant anymore, maybe Christmas is like a little bit more enjoyable, right? Because like we always used to have to work during Christmas, which didn't make the holiday as fun. But now I think I might pop out to the storage locker, go grab our Christmas toad and like set it up, because we haven't been in a space as well these last 2 years where we could set up Christmas. So this is gonna be nice. Hi, yet it is. Happy Saturday. Yeah, we made it. We made it through the weekend. Or sorry, through the week, and we made it to the weekend. Yours is golden red colors, 1,000 lights. Oh, to put up outside. Be careful, okay? When you put up your Christmas lights. Okay, here's all the recipes. They're also in Discord already. Let's make a little prep list and then away we go. Oh, and a reminder. So one more thing that I did this morning before stream is if any of you have a wooden cutting board like the one that I use, my booze block, I'll just show you it. If anyone has a wooden cutting board like this, what the heck? Wayne? Chat, it's the roommate watching from Nunavut. Hi Faithy, hi Brucey. Miss you guys. So yeah, I like scrubbed my cutting board this morning, and I used like a bench scraper. You'll see when you like do this, you like scrape off like a layer of like crud almost. And then I used an oil, like a mineral food grade oil, just to seal it back up, because the wood will dry out and it can crack over time. So take care of your stuff. That was my one note today, just a reminder. Take care of your cutting board. I also cleaned the fridge this week too. That was a good feeling. Be like the Griswolds on Christmas vacation. That's gonna be you tomorrow, Mickey. I love it. Okay, so first things first. What do I want to prep? Let's look at these recipes too. Boom, boom, boom. So the pork, like every braised dish is gonna take the longest, right? We know that braising is something that takes time. It's low and slow cooking, either in a pot on the stove or in the oven. My gosh, there's like 20 cloves of garlic in this dish today too. I forgot about all the garlic. I'm so excited. Okay, so pork adobo. It says simmer low and slow. The pork belly will literally melt in your mouth. The rendered pork fat gives this sauce a glossy edge that's perfect for smothering your rice in. Don't forget the rice. And the black peppercorns give the dish a refreshing spice from time to time. Because you need to cut through the fattiness, right? You're doing your decorations next weekend. Nice. Sam is home on the last day of November. So maybe that weekend we'll pop out to the locker. It's only like a 30-minute drive and grab my tote. I'm excited. A lot of my Christmas decor is like purple colored too. It makes me so happy. Okay, so scrolling down. Okay, so just like every other braised dish, I was just reading through quickly. We are gonna start by cutting up the pork belly into chunks. So I'll just write this down as we go through it. Oh no, I wrote it backwards. I called it Adobo on my list. Adobo. Hello, White Dove. How are you doing? Okay, so cut pork. And sear it. So same as yesterday. If anyone was around yesterday's stream, we also braised a dish. It was chicken, but it's gonna be made in like exactly the same steps. Is you always sear your meat first that you're braising, and then you bring together your sauce after that. Put your meat back into the pot that you're using, and then you turn down the heat, cover it up low and slow for like usually an hour. Depends on the meat that you're braising. Pork belly is pretty forgiving. It doesn't take quite as long, but if it was a pork shoulder, you'd probably have to do like 3 hours, just so you know. So there's that. And then after that, I'll just put sauce. So total time for the pork belly, I'm gonna say like probably close to 2 hours. So that's why we always do those items first, because they do take that long. Weasel, welcome. Your week flew by. I will say these weeks are really flying by. I'm happy. Okay, and then let's not forget the rice with the adobo. That's a really easy one. I'm just gonna simply boil it on the stovetop. It takes about 20 minutes too. So just remember, when the pork is almost done, just turn your rice pot on and you'll be good to go. For our cabbage, so I'll say wedge the cabbage pieces. Kind of meal prepping today too. I like to always make sure I have at least like one meal for leftovers to eat during the week from stream. It sucks when you're like alone, right? And you have to cook every single meal for yourself. You got mulled wine? Oh. I wonder if Edmonton does like a Christmas market, like how when we were in Vancouver, they had a most amazing Christmas market. It was like very much European themed, where they would have like the mulled wine. They had the German rotisserie pork hocks that you could get there. I wonder if that's a thing here. But if it does happen, we'll definitely go stream it. You've never gone? It was such a lovely feeling, I have to say. Like, we went a lot later in the night, so it wasn't as busy. There wasn't as many people. Because when it's, like, super crowded, it's not as enjoyable, right? You don't get that same feeling. The energy's too crazy, right? Okay, so wedge our cabbage. This is really simple. To steam it, I'm gonna say 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know. I haven't really steamed cabbage like this before, so let's learn together. 5 to 10 minutes to steam, and then obviously while it's steaming, we can make the sauce for it. Our ginger scallion sauce with nice fresh ginger. So there's also ginger in the adobo today too. So it'll be nice to have like a cooked version of ginger and then also a fresh one to cut through the richness. Hi, Scoots. How are you? When's Thanksgiving? I believe it's next Thursday, right? Next Thursday for our American folks. Okay, and then lastly, our pineapple. This is the only thing we're turning the oven on for today, and it's only going to be the broiler. So pineapple, we'll cut it up. And then we just gotta sprinkle some cinnamon sugar on it. And then broil. So you know that's not going to take very long. Like less than 10 minutes. They're in Phoenix in America for it. Are they gonna have like the greatest feast ever or what? So this is what I'm thinking. Is we're gonna prep everything up. Make sure it's all good to go. And then we can start cooking. We'll start with the pork for sure and then go from there. His mom and dad lives there? Cool. So I just took out like 3 little pieces of pork belly from the freezer last night. I'm pretty sure I still have like 6 more chunks like this. There's so much pork belly. Been eating it for like weeks straight. Yeah, I just popped it on the cutting board last night because I was like, well, we're gonna cut it up anyways, and then I just wrapped it up like that. So once we cut it, we can just leave it on the cutting board too, and then put it over by the stove top so that it's ready to go in the braising pot. I chose some like really nice meaty pieces for it today too, not too fatty. This one in the middle is like the fattiest one. But then these ones are really nice and meaty. I'm excited. If there's a little bit of this left over, I think I'll pack up a portion for Sam and put it in the freezer. Oh, Scoots! So I didn't make those yet. It was actually Mish who shared that recipe yesterday with us on stream. I believe she's made them before, but yeah, she shared them for me to be able to make. So I might make them this week coming up, and I'll let you know. Yeah, exactly. That's you. It works. Mickey, you ordered more lights? Don't burn down the house, dude. Your mom. Oh yeah, that's right. You were telling us about your mom who's keto. Okay, so pork belly, we have to sear this. So we know it's gonna shrink a bit. So I'm gonna go like 2-inch chunks. Just so it doesn't just like completely fall apart when we go to braise it. I think the recipe said like 600 grams of pork belly, but I'm pretty sure this is more than that. And you know what? That is okay. You guys know me. Just gonna take that piece of fat off. It looked weird. So that's that. First difficult part of the stream is complete. Good job, everyone. They're so good, Mish. Okay, I guess I'm digging the waffle iron out this week then. Just washing up my hands and the nice soap and water. I will definitely make the... Okay, can I say this? Rieselemand? You say it Riza or Riza? Rieselemand? It's French? Rieselemand! Oh my god. Do I have a view of what I'm cooking? Yeah, we're just not cooking it yet. It's almost right. I love being hilarious with accents, sorry. I only can do that because I am half French. And I know my grandma would be like so disappointed in me right now. I'm just grabbing a hand towel, 1 sec. You had an electric fire at your house? Tried plugging in their RV? Oh my gosh, what? Overloaded the breakers? That was like something to not mess with, hey? I'm glad it didn't burn your whole house down, because like sometimes it literally starts in the wall and you don't know until it's too late. Mr. Frank, you don't like French? Well, that's not very nice of you at all. Why would you say that? I mean, we all have opinions, but some we should probably keep to ourselves. We are all about loving and supporting people here. Okay, next one. We have cut the pork. I mean, we're not gonna sear it just yet, but let's see what we need for the sauce. I believe I have to get an onion out. Oh no, this one doesn't have onion, but I am gonna put half an onion in here. So onion, we need 20 cloves of garlic, a piece of ginger, so we'll get the aromatics prepped. And then we actually use like whole peppercorns as well as bay leaves. Many, many cloves of garlic. I love it. Is it maple? I can't remember. It was a gift. It might be... It's either oak or maple. Hi, Maka. How are you? Okay. Let us begin. And then I'll just grab a container for all this to get put into before we start cooking. Bonk, welcome. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome, my friends. Aw, that's like such a cute welcome niche. A little smelt slap. Yeah, I know it's a booze block, Sam, but booze uses some different woods for their blocks. So I forget if it was oak or maple. Oh no. It must be the weekend. Chat's out of control already. Good thing it's afternoon. Anything goes. You grow your own garlic? I can't wait to have like a house and a yard again. And let's be honest, it's not just gonna be a house and a yard. It's gonna be like a farm. I can't wait though. I might get a little garden set up on the patio this summer. We'll see how life goes. If I'll be around or not. So let's smash all these garlic cloves so that we can peel them. And then, do we leave them whole or do we like slice them up? I live in this city, I hate it. If I'm being honest. I'd rather like live without the modern conveniences. That's just me. Okay, it just says garlic. It doesn't say nothing else. So I guess we'll just smash it and then that's it? Some city have community gardens. You are right. A newer area in this city that they're like building has a really nice setup for community gardens. I go walk there sometimes when I go charge the car. So there's a charger in the area. It's like a net zero community. Freaking love gardening. You'll be distracted, Bonk? A birthday party? Fun. Is it like a potluck or just like a party? I didn't count the cloves of garlic, but that was basically 2 whole heads. Somewhere around 20 cloves. You started one in your community? Nice. 300 plots? That's actually fantastic. Yeah, you can't say that there's not enough room in the city to like make gardens like that everywhere. There's definitely enough space for it. Just people have to start doing it, right? And I hope it does become more of a thing. Some people here have like stopped finally mowing their lawns and stuff like that and just planted wildflowers instead. Or their whole like front yard is a garden, which also makes me so happy because like if you're gonna water grass, why not just like water vegetables that you can eat? Street tacos? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Such good party food, Bonk. That sounds awesome. Do you buy a blow-up Santa for outside, Mickey? Sam's parents, like, love the blow-up things for Christmas. I think they have, like, 3 or 4. Unless they maybe got rid of them. But I think they're cute. Hi, Watermelon. I know, Bonk's making me hungry. Good thing I had breakfast today. I'm not starving. You were farming 4 acres organic? 116 varieties? Yeah, so when I started streaming in 2018, I was also volunteering at an organic farm at the time just to like give myself a little bit more something to do. And that was like one of my most favorite times in my life. I can't wait to do that again. Like, what a rewarding experience. A blow-up Santa for the bedroom. A loser. I didn't know you went that way. Mickey, good idea. Your friend is prepping the meats, Bonk, and you're prepping some of the condiments? Nice. I'm making some weird-ass tacos tomorrow, we can say. Millet tortillas. I'm so excited to try it. Wait, yet it is. I almost missed this. Your uncle's girlfriend's a librarian and started a seed exchange program at the library. That's funny you mentioned the library, because we have one like two or 3 blocks just down the street from us. That used to be my favorite place when I was young. So I might look into grabbing a library card. We'll see. We'll see. Loser. Your wife just harvested carrots. Yum. And yes, yeah, winter carrots, the longer you leave them in the ground, the sweeter they will become. It's so good. It was so funny when I was volunteering at the farm. I told this story, I think, last week. Is the owner of the farm, Robin. She's like, I'm so happy you're like still here at the end of this season to help us harvest, because usually all the volunteers like peace out when it comes time to like harvest the carrots and all the root veggies, because they're like the hardest ones to harvest, right? You really have to get down on your hands and knees and like dig it out of the dirt. I was like, why would I do the whole season and then not follow through with the rest? Are library cards free in Canada? I don't believe so. Now I need to look it up, like, right now. Like, straight up. I was such a bookworm until I started playing sports. And then I just stopped. What is with that? EPL. Cost. Not Costa Rica. That's Edmonton Public Library, by the way. Ah! Darth, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. Happy weekend, friends. Happy Saturday. I hope your day is going good so far. We're just getting started. We have a bunch of garlic on the board, some onion, ginger, tasty things. How was your stream? And what did you get up to? And thank you so much for sharing your community here with me. I'm Kate. Welcome to my kitchen. I've been streaming food cooking on Twitch for over 5 years now. I'm not always around on here, but when I am, it's so nice to hang out with our wonderful internet world. Drink more, cook less. Welcome. Thank you for the follow, Pinky with Attitude. Okay, you caught us at a funny time. We were looking up to see if library cards are free in Canada. Because I was saying I might have to go get a library card. So there's one right by our house. Wait, get a free card? Wait. Thank you for doing the shout out as well, Bonk, and welcome, Dark Kitty Cat. I am registering myself. Oh, I think they're free. Will it show up? Mish, they're free. I'm so excited. Okay. I'm totally signing up for a library card after stream. I'm glad I did too. Fun. And like, you never know who you're gonna meet at the library too, because like if you're all in there, you obviously have something in common. Hi Darth, how are you doing? Welcome in and happy weekend. Okay, let's get back to this. Thanks for the perfect distraction. You're doing good. That's true, Walter Mellon. It's like we have nationalized healthcare, but not public libraries. Like, it's a really small library branch, so I'm not, like, holding my breath with what they have there, but you never know. You never know what you might find. This is a nice big old onion, so we're just gonna chunk this up. It doesn't have to be cut super fine. And yeah, that too, right, Paloozer? Like, a big library, you could kill time for like hours in there just wandering around. Nice. Whoa, I'm throwing onions like on the floor already. What's that all about? Yeah, I remember when I was young, I would always do like the summer library reading challenges. The heckin' best. In like the past 2 years, I've literally had it on my goal for the year to like read, and I just haven't done it. Gotta read for the free pizzas, fact. Look at all the aromatics. Crimson, welcome. Yeah, we're gonna be creating some really nice smells again today for the neighborhood, I think. Suckers. They made me smell their banana bread the other day and I couldn't have it. Well, they gotta smell all of our tasty cooking today. Okay, the onion's kind of strong. So I don't always like peel the full ginger, if you guys can see this. I just kind of peel off the funny looking little nubs that are like maybe dried out or discolored brown. But I don't see a reason to not use this skin, especially if it's going to be braised. It's gonna break down, no problem. You're eating onion rings? Oh, what the heck? Let's trim that one back up too. I'm not gonna grate the ginger. I think I'm just gonna cut it into these nice small chunks. And then we'll kind of slice it thin so it breaks down well. Ooh, that is so interesting to think of, yet it is. Because then, like, if the library had, like, an ebook version, it should always be accessible, right? It's not like, oh, I have to, like, wait for this person to return the book before I can read it. Today is Mickey Mouse's 95th birthday. He's pretty old. You guys are my favorite. The stuff that we remember bugging each other about. Hey, did you cook anything in your dishwasher lately? The new people in here would be like, what? What is going on here? He doesn't have a dishwasher, so the answer is no. Well, what a disappointment, honestly. That's what you do? Okay. Thanks for all the pro library tips, friends. It's been years. Okay, put this to the side. This is what we have so far. I'll show you for those of you that are just coming in. We chunked up our yummo pork belly pieces, and then we have onion, garlic, ginger. Next one, I'm just gonna give the board a wipe. Hey, what you guys doing today? You getting up to anything fun or crazy? Yeah, I chose some pieces of pork belly. Like, some are fattier and some are meatier. I like to have that mix, right? Because sometimes I find pork belly just like a bit rich for my own self. Okay, so looks like next we need for our sauce is peppercorns and bay leaves. And then we need half a cup each of soy sauce and vinegar. Isn't this a crazy mix? Ever watch the cartoon Johnny Test? No. You've even worked at libraries? That's so cool. I don't watch a ton of TV. I'm a weird one like that. This vinegar. Just white vinegar is what you want. Our leaves of bay. I bought a new pack because all of ours were like just little crummies, which is hard to work with. They'll just go everywhere in the dish. I had to buy a new pack. Kimber. Yes, yeah. Make sure we season and salt the pork belly really good. Okay, so that's open. This is true, Paloozer. Yeah, why would we need TV when I have all this food that I cook and I could play Legos? Yeah, don't forget to take the bay leaves out. That's funny you say that. So I am someone, I'll literally like never take the bay leaves out. I like to leave them in as like a surprise for somebody. Like, obviously assuming that they know what it is and they're not gonna eat it, right? But like always, even at work when we were cooking for like the 200 people up at camp, I would always leave the bay leaves in the dishes and let them pick it out. Like, at least they know it's homemade. Your mom would eat it? No. Okay, that's pretty gross, yeah. But like, I always put a big leaf, not just like I said earlier, little crumbs. So at least you know, it's like, I probably shouldn't eat that. But if you are serving it to someone who doesn't know what a bay leaf is, for sure take it out. Mish. Okay, I do have to blow my nose in a second here. The onions made it run. 1 sec. Okay, I'm back and I'm not dying. Ever seen the blog post where people found bay leaves in their Chipotle and they were grossed out because they thought it was a random leaf? No. Why did I have SpongeBob's house on the counter? We are gonna cut it down today, unfortunately, Crimson. That's gonna be dessert later. I'm just grabbing a little container here. Or 2. One for our dry stuff and one for the sauces. So whole peppercorns is needed. Yeah, it was a random leaf at one point. Has anyone seen an actual bay leaf bush before? Because they're actually called bushes. It's not supposed to be a tree. But have you ever experienced that? Because I have. And the smell of like a fresh bay leaf tree, you will never forget. So let's go like that. Just a sprinkling. Like the leaves are super waxy feeling too. Like they're almost like sticky. I had the pleasure of working with one on Vancouver Island at the restaurant I worked at, Wild Mountain. I took care of their like garden and stuff there at the restaurant. It was so cool. And yeah, laurel leaf. Yeah, exactly. It's a laurel leaf bush. I think this is enough. Let me see what the recipe says. Hello? Oh, 5 bay leaves? Okay, so that was perfect. And then, so we also need half a cup of water with our other things. So half a cup of vinegar, half a cup of soy sauce, half a cup of water. And that way, it doesn't get too acidic and it doesn't get too salty, right? So this is a 2-cup container. Mountain laurel. Interesting. What color are the blooms? This is my soy sauce. Remember the massive Kikkoman container we had once upon a time? Well, this is the last of it. Pink to white blooms, nice. So we'll fill this up to half. And then we'll put a bit of water in there. And like our pork belly adobo is basically good to go. You guys know we're all about simple, good food. There we are. Okay, so that's basically done. What? You just have to sear it and bring the sauce together now. Let's measure out our rice next and just get it into the pot so it's ready to toast and boil. I'm just gonna cook a cup of rice is what I usually do. And make sure we have a lid. You can also use a rice cooker if that's what you so desire. So our 1 cup of rice, and then we want to make sure that we have 2 cups of water ready to pour in beside the pot too. This is a jasmine rice. My favorite. Ooh, thanks, pal. But we don't put the water in yet because we always toast up our rice before we boil it. Do I like jasmine tea? I don't mind it. Some people think it tastes like soap or something. It's like too floral for them. But like the one or two times I've had it, not bad. Not bad at all. Whoa, those look really nice, the flowers. Oh my gosh. You like jasmine tea? I need to start drinking more tea. Okay, put this away. Next up, we'll prep our cabbage, and then we can probably start cooking the pork. Do I have boba where I live? It is one of my favorite things to consume in my life. Like, straight up. And that is also something that I introduced Sam to as well. It's like we always have a couple bobas when he's at home. And I think the flavor I like the most is definitely like a mango. I usually get a sort of smoothie sort of boba with then like either the tapioca, the pearls, or the jelly, depending on where it's from. Just so delicious. Or like a pineapple, coconut one is good. I'm not picky though, if I'm being honest. And yes, yeah, jasmine milk tea is super good. Even just like the original like brown sugar milk tea. I've always wanted to make it at home though. It's pretty expensive to try and order the tapioca though. I have Napa cabbage. You got jacked up when you were drinking tea? You don't realize how much caffeine is in some of it, right? Taro? I don't know if I've tried a taro one yet, but I would. Like, I don't mind ube things. Okay, while I'm in the pantry here, I'm just gonna grab a couple things for our ginger scallion sauce too. Like our mirin, the sweetened rice wine. And then I'm also gonna bring a rice vinegar. That's like almost mostly mother. I wish I could like remake this. All it is like mother. You see the little like sludgy in there? I don't want to throw it out though. Okay, so that's for later. Once we get the sauce together. You can make the tapioca pearls from scratch? How did you do that? What? This is so much cabbage. Who does this? Oh wait, it's me. I do this. Just tapioca, flour, and brown sugar. And I did see the boba kits. And then they also have some little boba kits at Costco frozen. Yes, I was gonna just ask you, Walter Melon, can you please link it in Discord so I can check it out later? I like how I wrap this cabbage up. Like, what's that all about? Just to, like, make it look nice? Okay, Kate. Scaramouche, how are you? to the side for now. Maybe just a straw, but that's it? Like a boba straw? I have a boba straw. I always just reuse the ones that they give us. As like plastic, you know? Okay, so cabbages always have a core at the base of them, so we'll start by cutting that out. And then also, sometimes as cabbages sit, like this outer leaf will discolor or kind of go like mushy on you. So I'll just usually pick that off first. It's like a built-in sort of packaging, so it doesn't dry out on us. And that's okay. Got a new air fryer microwave combo thing? Cool. I have seen some like crazy appliances lately that are like what you're talking about. Like, what was it? It was like a breakfast prepping thing where you like select what you're making for breakfast. Like you'll say like I'm having eggs and toast, and then you just put everything into the machine and it calculates out how to cook it for you. I was like, we really are all doomed, aren't we? Hi, Oko, how are you? Okay, so I suppose while we're like wedging this, let's just grab the steamer basket out now so that we can pop it into there as we cut it, so it's ready to go. The toasters with AI. Okay, listen to this. Listen to this on this topic. At work, they are working with a company that makes AI, ready for this? Garbage cans. So the garbage can has a computer on it, and you register all of your food ingredients with the computer, so it recognizes the ingredients, and then you will have a code on yourself, and when you throw food in the garbage, the code is obviously to the human, the client, and it will register all the food that you're throwing out and all the food that you're wasting, which is crazy. Yeah, your garbage can will just tell you when it's stinky. No, it's even like more intense than that. And then they'll be able to tell like what is being thrown out, right? Which is really important. Is like if they make a shitty meal one night and it's like, well, why were all these steaks thrown out? Like now you can actually improve on it. Yeah, AI trash cans. I was like, sounds like kind of a waste of money to me, but okay. Interesting, to say the least. Yeah. Yeah, imagine it rolls itself out the door when it's full and just empties itself. Exactly. At the end of the day, like, we still need humans to do the grunt of the work. Okay, back to this. And I will get my steamer baskets out in a second. I don't know if I'm even gonna use all this. This is so much. It could be yummy to eat throughout the week, though. And like I always say, I always find I will eat something if it's already prepped for me in the fridge versus not. I'm gonna try and cut this side into third. I don't want it to fall apart too much. I'm not gonna cut it super small. I don't want to ferment in the apartment, Crimson, otherwise I would. I hope you understand that, because our neighbor, I'm pretty sure our neighbor uses mothballs already, and the hallway is literally just like reeks. It's disgusting. I'm probably only gonna do these other 3, and I'm just gonna pack this up into the fridge, this part, so that I can just saute it for myself later this week. Quick kimchi the rest. It's okay. It's okay if you didn't know. You're waiting for the caffeine to kick in? Wait, you're just waking up, Blood Oak? What a guy. Yeah, I don't want my neighbors to be like, did they have a dead body in their house? Why does it smell so bad? That was like the one time I made kimchi when we were in the basement suite, and my mom's like, why do you have rotten garbage downstairs? She like messages me. I'm like, I don't. I'm making kimchi. I'm fermenting. We need this pot too while I'm here for the steamer. It goes on a big old pot. So fill this with like an inch, 1 to 2 inches of water. You went to bed after 10 a.m.? I mean, if you were working night shift, that's not so bad. But you're not. I was the one banging on the ceiling last night at 11:30 for the neighbor kids to shut her down so I could go to bed. That was me. We probably only need one basket. They literally were like running around nonstop from 7 o'clock till 11:30. Like, is there no other way to like entertain your children? Asking for my own self. Thanks, Walter Melon. Oh, I definitely go to bed early. It was a Friday night. Yeah, but there's still quiet times in the apartment, right? I'm just grabbing parchment so that we can line the steamer so things don't fall through. You were talking with Lauren, nice. And then I'll probably just cut this like a little bit smaller. I'll trim off this one side if you guys want to see what I'm doing. You have a silly TikTok to share, but you don't know where to put it in Discord? You could either put it in fun photos or... Yeah, that's probably the best place. Fun photo section. Holy smokes, Oak. That's it? 5 more weeks and you're back? Fun. Yeah, we were talking earlier about like setting up Christmas soon and stuff, which I haven't been able to do in like years. I don't know why I grabbed this steak knife. Don't judge me, okay? Sometimes we make bad decisions. Okay, so this is the lid that I was working on, by the way. So this is the bamboo steamer. That's all it is. It's slit underneath. Like I said, we just prepare a parchment so things don't fall through. I love using this for dumplings and as well as veggies. And then all I'm gonna do is this. Just kind of put it on its side. Just sit in there. Three weeks you'll be there. I know how fast 3 weeks goes by though, right? That's like a perfect little cabbage parcel. Adorable. I'm gonna say with like how thick we cut it, we'll start by checking it at the 5-minute mark and then go from there. But that'll be in a little bit. Okay, I think we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna start cooking the pork belly now so that we can prep the rest of today's stream while it is braising, because that's gonna take a little bit of time. So let's just pop the lid on. Put it over there. Gonna put a couple things away first, and then we'll go over to this stove together. Whoa. Yeah, that's crazy, Crimson. I will say, like, Barcelona, it really was warm. Like, super warm. And yeah, you don't realize, like, how much closer you are to the sun. You'll burn so quick. Hopefully next year we can make it to Europe again. It's time. It's time to head across the pond. And we are hoping to actually hit the F1 race. I'm just setting the gimbal up. You know the dealio. Have my phone plugged in again, so I just need to set it up so that we can see into the pot. I've been there to Barcelona, yeah. Was it 2013? 10 years ago? What? Don't even tell me that. I may have wrote a food blog while I was backpacking in Europe 10 years ago. So I can always go back and reference it. It was 10 years ago? Okay, when was I there? I was there in July. Okay, it says 2014. Did I not write any when I was in Barcelona? I stopped in Rome? This can't be correct. Weird. Annie! Welcome. How is your leaf raking going? What? Was I there in June? That's super disappointing. I was gonna read a thing from my thing that I wrote back then. That's okay. You finished the front yard now? Sweet. We are just getting ready to sear our pork belly. We do have to season it still. You're chaperoning at school tonight? What are you doing? Everyone have a sip of water. Coffee house? Like, they're playing music? There's no coffee, though? Not even decaf, hey? Okay, how's that view? That looks good. My gosh, that looks good. It's like a variety show. Fun. And yeah, they like the cookies. Good. Good. Okay, let's turn this on to medium-high heat. I don't believe we're gonna need any fat in here. We're just gonna put the pork belly in fat side down and let that render out and fill out the pan that way. And then I'm also gonna get the window opened, my fan going so I don't set the smoke detector off, because that's always annoying. You know, the usual stuff. We're cooking, chat. We are cooking. We have a plus 9 Celsius here today. Whoa, that's a little high. Just a beauty day. You do all these steps when you cook too? That's funny, Crimson. Okay, let me grab some. Because there's peppercorns whole in the adobo, I'm not gonna season the pork with any pepper. Is this hot? No, so we can season it while it's warming up. And then let's also keep in mind, this is getting braised in soy sauce, so don't go crazy with the salt at this moment in time. We can always add more later if you feel like it needs it, but what we can't do is take it away. And then we'll leave this salt out because we'll probably need it later. But yeah, that's our yummy meaty pork belly. I'm just gonna grab some tongs. Hello, Derb Squad Dave. How are you? It's been forever. I am using Diamond Crystal Kosher salt. The recipe wasn't as sweet, Annie, as like regular chocolate chip cookies. That's good. And you guys are probably right saying that's like a European thing. Oops, I smashed the tongs into the cabinet by accident. Okay, let's put this in here. So fat side down. And we only want one layer of meat in the pan. We don't want to pile it onto itself, because then it's not really gonna sear. So same process as yesterday that we did with the chicken. Who dat? Who dat? Annie, thank you very much. Gifting this sub. First thing, the Derp Squad Dave. Welcome back to the kitchen crew, friend. And another gifted subby to Crimson. Welcome back to the crew as well. I cut that up myself, Crimson. Is they were cut into these slices of pork belly, and then I did 2-inch chunks because I know it's going to shrink a little bit, right? I think we can get all these pieces in here really nice. Just let me get these in and then I'll come back to chatting while it's sizzling. Okay, so that's everything. That's gonna take a little bit of time. Hello, City Flyer 12, welcome. Yeah, how do you reverse dislocate your shoulder? Oh my gosh, that does not sound fun. They're 2 now? That's insane, dude. Well, I hope your shoulder gets on the mend pretty quick. That definitely doesn't sound fun. Mish has the schmelts out today. She schmelt it, she dealt it. What we will need coming up is something to put the pork belly into once it's seared. So I usually just grab a plate to put it onto. because then after this it comes out, and then we do our aromatics all together to bring the sauce. What was my go-to soup when I was sick or cold growing up? Oh, it was definitely like the Lipton's chicken noodle little pack of soups. That, or like at lunchtimes, because my elementary school was like literally across the street when I was growing up when we moved. I'd go home and we'd have like the Campbell's vegetable soup with alphabets in it. Those were my soups. But like, don't get me wrong, like the tomato and the cream of mushroom was always a staple too. And let me say, they do not taste the same anymore. Yeah, my mom would put milk in it too. Just like a little bit better, right? If it's stuck, it's not time to flip it. This is what we know. Landed on the front of your shoulder and it went out the back. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. It's true, Bonk. It's like so over processed. Makes me like sad. Makes me kind of sad. We go over a bit more. Yes, that is the view. Me too. I was going through the pantry today, and like we don't even own any type of pasta in the pantry. Like I'm really trying to get my pantry to be like really slim pickings and only just buying what I need, other than maybe having like a few pulses and rice and stuff around. You only go to eat at robotics competitions? Yes, yeah. Like, I went out for Japanese food with my brother on Thursday this week, but before that, I literally was not at a restaurant since the beginning of August. Whoa, that's looking good. Not all of the pieces are ready yet, though. But that is looking so good. That's why we didn't have any oil, because we didn't need it. Rando's doing awesome. Yeah, they're doing a lot better now, which is like making me so happy. I don't have to worry about him as much. Finally making some progress on the house, which is good. And yeah, working on his project trucks and stuff. Yes, yeah, do it that way, Mish. Sick of not having taste buds? Tomorrow you're making chili with so much chili in it that you'll either die or your taste buds will have to come back. And yeah, Astra, I asked about Astra. We were laughing on stream together yesterday, saying like how dogs, when they get older, they actually become a dog. Not just like crazy, rambunctious, like always being around their humans. So that's what he told me. He's like, Astra's finally a dog now. And she's like 7 years old. So I need to go visit her coming up. Okay, let's flip this. You better believe we're searing... Let's do 3 sides minimum. I don't know if we'll need to do all 4 sides. But this is literally where you create the flavor of your braise, is this step. It's so important. Whoa, that one got really brown. Nom. That looks good. Yeah, you're right in that one, for sure, Bonk. That is something I don't mess with, is like when my digestion is off, I am making a change in my diet. You only got one vessel to live your life in. You better treat it like the temple that it is. Dax is a proper foodie. He loves all different types of foods. He'll try anything and everything. For 2 years old, he's the least fussy. That's amazing. What's his like favorite thing that you make for him? I'm just going to grab a container so that we can mix our ginger scallion sauce coming up. Get things ready while we're searing this up. Ooh, and I need my microplane as well. Your temple is more of a hovel. Excuse me. And like, I'll also say, I know we all go through like different times in our life where like sometimes we're definitely more healthy than other times, right? Like I can definitely say I've been there as well. Cats are hilarious, but Misha's like not wrong. But yeah, cats are like hilarious to own. I will say that. His favorite thing is just food. Has his lunch and then waits for a second lunch, so he's like a hobbit. Holy! Into your Bombay mix? He loves the spicy stuff. Okay, let's see how this is. Flip it. This is our last side to sear. Look at how good that looks. I'm gonna switch this piece. That one's not super brown either. The heck? Let's flip it back over. Holy. Aw, Kimber. I hope one day we can make it happen. You never know. Handlebar, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Chicken dippers and waffles? If he doesn't like the smell of the food, he won't eat it. So he's like very like an aromatic eater, hey? I think that would be like the one part of having a kid that I would be like fun for me, is to like use them as a guinea pig. But other than that, I'm good. So I'm probably better as like an auntie. Yeah, he's a raccoon. Okay, I'm also switching this piece over. You can see where the like hot spots are. How's this now? There we go, that's better. They really are rascals. Like, my Instagram feed is just like full of hilarious cat and dog videos. Oh my goodness. Animals are the best. Let's see how these other bits are doing. Almost there. Guys, this is something I was thinking of this week. Is making like an actual a YouTube video of like a week in my life when I'm not streaming. Is this something that you would be interested in? A day in the life. That's funny, Crimson. Yeah, corgis are so cute. Okay, I'm starting to take this out. You can tell by the sizzles that it's basically rendered now. And why do we do that? Well, we do it to build flavor. Just gonna turn down the heat a little bit too. But then we also sear this to render a lot of the fat out of the meat, so that it's not quite as fatty when we go to eat it later. But most of these chunks are really nice and meaty, so I'm not worried about that either. Okay, next, our aromatics. Onion, garlic, ginger. We'll kind of deglaze the pan with this. Hi, Dusty. How are you? It sounds like it'd be fun. I don't know, I've been watching these YouTubers. And just like those style of videos. Seems like pretty fun to do. And then the other thing I was thinking of creating... Oh, I hope my phone doesn't do this. I'm just washing a spoon off so I can use it. Gotta pop my cord up for my charger. Yeah, I was also thinking of maybe making like a holiday ebook? A holiday recipe book? I just don't know how many recipes to make and stuff, and was wondering if you guys had any recipes that you wanted to see. Aw, that's interesting, Dave. Thank you for sharing that. Stir it up. Okay, I can turn this back up now. Holy, the smells in here. Back up to medium-high heat. Whoa, did I just throw an onion to the back of the stovetop? I think so. So this is the base of our braising sauce, so it's important to also build up a lot of flavor at this point. We'll let that go for a few moments for sure. And then I think while we're waiting, I'm just gonna take a really quick bathroom break at this moment. I'll be right back. Don't let it burn, okay? And hi, Kiwi. I'll be right back and read your thing, okay? That was a weird experience. When I turned the light on in the bathroom, it started like strobing. So luckily there's like another light over the vanity, so I just turned it off and turned the other one on, no problem. And then I just tested it again, and it was fine. Don't ask, chat. We do not want to know. It's a party bathroom in there, though. Wow, that smells good. Yeah, disco pee. That was my thought. I was like, the light bulb must be like burnt out or something. Someone visited me. I don't know. Okay, Kiwi, this is what he says. Day of my life would be boring AF to other people. Run in the morning, go to the office, pump some iron, just be glued to the phone all day, then home, food, another run. That literally, though, if you filmed that, there would be people that would watch that. It totally depends on your personality, right? So, like, if you have that personality that is, like, kind of addicting to watch, then no problem, you will get people watching that. So I just thought I would, like, try to make a video like that and see, because they seem so popular on YouTube. Like, there's just so many girlies that are making stuff like that, and I was like, why not me too? Yeah, the ghostly tidy bowl. Oh my goodness. Hi P, welcome. How are you? You had a good haul from the garden plot this year, and you already have next year planned. That is like the key, is if you can like plan your garden out every year, it's easier that way. Pumpkins. You know, if you try and grow pumpkins and there's squirrels, they're totally gonna eat them. Yeah, everyone left all their pumpkins out here from Halloween for all the squirrelies. So adorable. So on my walks, all I see is just like rotting pumpkins everywhere, but it makes me so happy. So this is almost ready for our little sauce to glaze. But I think first we'll kind of toast up our bay leaves and peppercorns. That would be perfect. The personality of a grumpy Vietnam vet yelling at kids to get off their lawn. Just straight entertainment. Need some more water. The smell of the ginger in here is just so good. You're gonna try growing corn? That'll be fun. Don't like expect much from corn the first year, but at least just try it, because it looks cool. Refreshing. The sizzles, the pops. That is life right there. Couple more moments. I'm definitely a hermit. And I like it that way. I have gotten better though at like being more of a people person, and probably stream helped me with that too. Okay, so let's turn this down now too to like medium low heat. We don't want to burn our spices. This is like a pretty crazy mix of stuff if you've never had it before, hey? Okay, ready? So soy sauce, vinegar, and water. And we'll bring that up to a simmer. Scrape all the bit.lys off the bottom. This is gonna help lift it off. And then we can also start putting our pork belly back in there. That's the saddest looking piece. It got like the least amount of color. Turn down the fan. I guess I shouldn't have turned the burner down just yet. We should have left it pretty high. And then this will go for about an hour, I'm gonna say, until it's really nice and tender, but like not falling apart. I just like the meaty morsels. And pour in the juices for sure. Big Yum Pork Belly. Hi, Mary. And Mitty Moonstorm. What's in the pan? Thank you, Kiwi. Yeah, pork fat, onion, ginger, garlic, peppercorn, bay leaf. Good job, chat. Y'all are paying attention. I'm so proud of you. Well, Kiwi, you better believe if there's one day we ever meet, we're totally making a vid together, because I feel like our personalities would be hilarious. Yeah, we had a quiz? No. Paloozer, did you fall asleep at the back of the classroom again? Okay, we're starting. It's the beginning, so slowly like dial in the heat, because we are not boiling, we're just simmering. And notice how when we braise meats, they're not completely covered by the liquid. I almost don't even want to cover this because I want the sauce to be able to thicken. I'm gonna cover this to help it come up. And then we'll check it. Why don't I set a 5-minute timer? Just to see where the heat level is at that point. So now let's come back over here. Yeah, what is this? Culinary school? Of sorts, but it's free. You can't really be mad. Yeah. None of you know the pop quiz? Come on now. Okay, so the cabbage, we wedged it. And we just popped it over by the steamer. So next we're making the ginger scallion sauce for it. And Mish just lovely posted the recipe up there for us. So that's the second one in the row. So I have a container, my fresh ginger, fresh scallions. And then I also have a microplaner, like a grater or a zester is what you need for this. For the ginger specifically. And then I think I'm actually gonna start at this end. We'll just trim it because it's flatter. And so we're going to grate the ginger really nice and fine. I will peel it a bit for this task. Just because we're using it fresh versus cooked. Don't know what was on the outside of this. And then we'll thinly slice our scallions, and then we'll bring it together with like a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of acidity, and some oil. You were bad in school, Mish? I was really good at playing sports in school. And yeah, I had the worst test anxiety ever in school. Like, we didn't even know what anxiety was back then, though, right? So we didn't have those coping mechanisms to deal with them. So yeah, I would be like the best student until I would come to a test, and then I would just be like terrible. Hilarious, Paloozer. Okay, so we're just going like this. We're grating it. I'm gonna try and do it over this because as we grate the ginger, It really releases a lot of juice, so we don't want to lose this. You only got good at school when you went to film school? Yeah, I was really good at school in culinary school. That's the only spot where I graduated with honors. No need to peel the ginger. There was just like a weird kind of little moldy bit on the outside that I saw. And that's like the worst taste in the world, so I didn't want to risk it. You don't even peel the garlic? I have been reading up that like garlic skins have a lot of good properties in them. So that's why it's always good to, like, when I smash the garlic together first, it's good to like open the skin like that. Rather than not. I don't know, look it up. I go down some rabbit holes sometimes. This is probably almost good. But yeah, most of the time I just won't even peel the ginger. Boom. Give that like a tap. We can even put that stuff into there. Wipe all the yummy bits off. Even scrape this so you can. Look at the juices. So good for you. You want to be eating this kind of stuff going into the cold season, right? Keep your immunity up. Ginger and garlic and onion. That's all you need. And yeah, you're right. The skin just like kind of piled up down there when I was grating it. Now it's also really important to give the microplane a rinse because the ginger has these like hairs that will stick in and onto there if you let it dry. So I always rinse it right away. Ouch. Almost grated my own self. Ginger lemon juice shots 3 times a week. Good one. Okay, let's go peek back over here again. My timer's about to go off. So we just want a couple bubbles, nothing crazy. Okay, that looks actually perfect. That's all we want. So I'm going to now set. Let's do 30-minute timer to start. And then we'll check it then. See where we're at. Oops, we should have went to cutting board. Cutting. Samo gets cheeseburgers tonight for dinner. I'm so jealous. He deserves it though. He deserves it. He's been working hard. Thanks for answering, Bonk. Yeah, it's gonna be a mobile, like, commissary stream kitchen where we can be booked for festivals in the summer where we live here, where it's literally called Festival City. That's what Edmonton is known as well as like weddings and stuff like that, or hosting events at farms, having a pop-up, something like that. So that's what our food truck's gonna be. It's not gonna be like a daily operation. It's gonna be more private, let's say. Because I'm very picky about how I want to run my business, one thing about food trucks when you operate them is there could be times where you are set up somewhere and you don't have a customer for like literally half the day, right? But you can't be operational and not making money is something that we have learned over the years of working in this industry. So we're gonna put all of our knowledge to work and do exactly what we want. It's also why it's taken as long as it has, because I'm not gonna rush into something and just to have it done, right? I'm gonna do it right the first time so that this can be something that we do for years to come. And then, like, first we're gonna test it in Canada, make sure it is operational and we're really happy with it. And then we do plan on taking it to the States and doing like a complete tour of USA with it. And then probably going to Europe from there. So that's why we really have to take the time to build the truck properly if we want to take it overseas. Because there's like a couple of stipulations that you have to follow. Oh, that was my least favorite part of working in restaurants. When it's dead, absolutely dead. But you still have to stay open. It's just like, what is the point of this? So that's why I really like Europe for that reason too. Cookie, welcome in. It's good to see you. Thank you for the tier 2 sub. 54 months in a row. This year's almost done. Here we are. How's your day so far? We're making a ginger scallion sauce. Yeah, that's almost a whole year. Or 5. Okay, so that's all the cutting for this. Two more loads for the day, Samo, and that's it. I was just telling chat how I'm jealous you get to have a cheeseburger today. Okay, we got mirin, but the sweet style. So it's like kind of syrupy. It gives it a really nice consistency. We also have rice vinegar. And then just to like hold the sauce kind of together, almost like a salad dressing, right? We need a kind of oil. So I'm just gonna choose this olive oil. It's really delicious. But you can use any oil you want. The recipe is linked if you want to check it out. And then we'll probably just need a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we'll also season the cabbage after it's been steamed. This will be good. Oh yeah, stick this in the fridge. Sweet tea. Sweet and sour tea. You have the same thing, Kiwi? You and your brother cater to only friends and acquaintances, except your setup is packed into 3 trailers. And it makes a giant outdoor kitchen. Sweet, like one of those massive like paella pans that you see in the videos. Big enough to take a whole bison. Oh my gosh, I love it. Now we really have to come visit. Yeah, paella, hey? Okay, so there's a lot of mother in here. In the bottom of this, but let's do like a teaspoon. If I can get any vinegar out of here. I never throw out the vinegar when I have a mother. Heck, I might just like pour that bottle of white wine I have into here and make my own vinegar. Because it's getting old anyways. Absolutely bizarre, Mish. Okay, now a little bit of sweetness to balance. Because that'll be yummy with the cabbage too. A drizzle. Just a little drizzle. It is smelling fantastic in here, by the way. Sucks to be all of my neighbors. Welcome in. I'm happy to see you too. It's been forever. But here we are. Back together once again. Get a spoon. Get a spoon. So I like making it like pretty thick. Giving it a good stir up. Holy. So we're just gonna spoon this over the cabbage pieces once they've been steamed. I need a small spoon so I could taste this. Look at that. This would also be really good with carrots, I think, because carrots and ginger go so good together. I was thinking of putting carrots in the steamer, but we already filled it up. So there's no point of prepping more stuff. Mmm. That's gonna be so good. Okay, I'm just gonna let that sit to the side. I'm not even gonna put it in the fridge so it can kind of marinate at room temperature. Yeah, that's all the yumminess we're cooking up. The pork belly is already braising on the stove. We have our cabbage in the steamer ready to go. We just made our tangy ginger scallion sauce. And then what? We just have to prep the pineapple? That's it? So easy. I guess we'll do that next. I'll just wipe the board so the pineapple doesn't end up tasting like green onion, because that's an important one. You missed a lot. Is it a new kitchen? Yeah. And we live in an apartment now with our friend. We have a roommate. So our friend works up at camp with Sam, and I am currently here at home streaming, and it's been awesome. Last I saw you were still, yeah, in the shed. We'll call it that. Kings of Kings, 1205. Welcome in, thanks for the follow. But yeah, we're back into an actual living space now. Since like what? March, I think, is when we moved. And yeah, I've only been back streaming. This is my third week now, chat, or second week? I can't even recall anymore. You've been having fun. But yeah, I'll be doing like 6 weeks straight of streams at least, which is so awesome because I missed all of you guys. I was really busy there for a bit. Meal prep tomorrow, torture your neighbors. Except you're using the outdoor kitchen. I love, yeah, cooking in an outdoor kitchen because like you don't even have to care as much if you like accidentally drop stuff on the ground or anything. You don't have to be like as clean, let's say. I'm just gonna put a couple things away and then I think we'll cut this pineapple. And then we'll probably be in time to finish cooking the rest of the stuff, the cabbage and the rice to go with the pork. Ooh, while I'm over here, I'll grab the brown sugar for the pine snapples. Has anyone ever had this Brazilian pineapple with the cinnamon and sugar? You could either grill it or like bake it or broil it, up to you. But it is so delicious. That's how we're finishing our meal today. The Prince 4933, thanks for the follow. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of soap onto my cloth, so I don't want the pineapple to taste like the green onion we were just cutting. One moment. Have I ever made egg noodles from scratch? I suppose I could say I have, in the version of like a fresh egg pasta. But the spiral sort of egg noodles, no, I haven't. Although I don't really see it being much different than like literally just cutting the noodles and twisting them, right? But I've made egg pasta dough many times before on stream. It is so good, and it's something that I really miss now that I have a little bit of a wheat intolerance. I shouldn't say little bit, I should definitely say like a lot of a wheat intolerance. Okay, look at this masterpiece of a pineapple. You're planning a meal redemption? Nice. I'll have to do that one when Sam's home, just because I won't be able to have the noodles myself, so I'll make it for him, though. Mandy to drop food scraps on the ground. Oh yeah, because you're doggos. It's the cheese tax. And the neighbor's dog, that's so cute. Okay, so this is how you cut a pineapple. Also, if we look at this, this is how your pineapple should look when you go to cut it. Not moldy underneath, because I've had that happen before. And then how do you test it? Watch this. We're gonna go into here, pick one of these, and just pull it. If you can pull it out easy like that, you're good to go. I'm hoping this is like really nice inside still. You never know until you cut into it. I've only had it for 4 days. But sometimes you'll cut into a pineapple and it's already like rotten, you know? So let's see. Okay, that's like really promising. It's actually yellow. What Sam was saying.
Cheese tax.
The cheese tax, that's what Sam says on the walkie-talkie. Oh, okay, the bottom we have to trim a bit more. Nice. Look at how golden. That's gonna taste so delicious. And I just wiped that off, and then we can put it on the flat side without getting any bits on there. And then we just go like this, trim it, and then down this side. So we're gonna get this prepped and onto a sheet pan. We're not gonna put any parchment on the sheet pan, but let's put foil instead because we're gonna use sugar, so I don't want it to get messy and sticky. And this is just gonna go under the broiler with some cinnamon and sugar sprinkled on it until it gets like caramelized and golden brown. So good. We're not gonna do all of the pineapple, obviously caramelized. The rest I'll just pack up into, probably half into the fridge and the other half in the freezer. Because that's like a lot of pineapple. I also have two fruit bowls sitting in front of me that I have to eat too. Everyone's honking, toot! Everyone's honking it up outside. Beep. And then after that, I just kind of go over the spots that I maybe missed. That's how it looks. And then I'll flip it over too, because there's always a couple on the bottom. Whoa, Katniss, I just saw it. Thank you. 50,000 pots and pans points saved up. Just watching this stream, it doesn't cost you anything. And now I get to cook that for you live. Spinach and cheese filled meatloaf with homemade egg noodles or mashed taters for me, thank you. And gravy. Dessert scratch apple crisp with vanilla ice cream. That sounds awesome. I might even make that next week if you'll be around. Sounds like something I would like to eat coming up. Actually, no, because I want to make the egg noodles. Sam's home on the 30th. We'll wait until he's back, and we'll do it that weekend. Samo's overalls are too big. What are they doing? Now he understands when all the clients used to come up to us and be like, they're starving us up here. We're fading away. Perfect. Yeah, if you want to send me your meatloaf recipe, then we're good to go. Your doggos, they know nothing about cheese. Yeah, they better get all the little offcuts from your hunting animals. That's the best stuff anyways. Yeah, they won't be overalls. They'll actually be underalls pretty soon. Okay, so then from here, we're gonna go right down the middle. There's a core. Just like that. And then we're gonna put it on the flat side. Cut it like that again. And now we can cut the core out. I usually just put that on the flat side. Go down like that. Chat, remember when we would do like whole grilled pineapples in the summertime? Over the charcoal? Mmm. So good. You remember? The memories? And then another thing I'll say is if you're not gonna use all your pineapple up right away, better to keep it in this like nice chunky sort of form than to actually slice it up, because it will go bad quicker the more that you cut through those cells and break them open. They had ribs for lunch? That's a pretty fancy lunch, so I'm definitely gonna use this chunk for our dessert today. Like the most kind of golden one. And that's all we're gonna need. I don't know if I can cut this up, if it'll fit in there. I don't think so. I need a different one. Black Friday Lego, let's go. Okay, so then from here is so they'll like, this'll be on the spit, let's say, how they serve the pineapple, and then this'll be totally covered in the cinnamon sugar and crispy and golden. And then they just kind of slice it off for you. So to get the same effect is we're just gonna make thin slices and then just cover the one side in cinnamon sugar and let it broil. So let's say like 1/2 inch thick slices like that. I didn't even taste it yet. I'm literally drooling though because it's so juicy. I'm gonna use this piece to munch. Mmm. It's got the good sourness. And then have you ever had a pineapple that kind of tastes like coconutty? Mmm. That's gonna be so good. Yeah, it's just like having Christmas stuff before Halloween's even done. Yeah, I will not calm down. I was laughing at that too, Mish. Okay, let's get a sheet pan and we'll line it with foil, and then I'll put these away. Yeah, you can just spend your money all month, not just one day. That's a way better way to line their pockets and not yours. Blitz it for juice, that'd be good too. And good one, Kiwi. Yeah, if I don't get to eating these this week, I'll definitely be chopping it up and freezing it. So good for smoothies, you are right. My fridge is like so full of containers, just like with food prepped. It's pretty satisfying, honestly. We have 7 minutes on our first 30 minutes of the pork belly. Yeah, good idea. Do all your holiday shopping online. Plus, with like that other strain of COVID going around, it's just safer. There's too many people around again. Foiled again, as they always say. That's a phrase I would always say at work, but then no one would ever laugh at it. Just myself. It didn't enjoy the foil being ripped? That's weird. I didn't even do it close to it. Okay, so lay these out. Nice! Yeah, make your own sorbet just in the blender. It is that easy, right? I'm gonna wipe this. It's sticky business. I was kind of craving ice cream last night when I went to the store later to grab the millet for tomorrow, but I didn't get any. I might have had a couple chippies though last night. Some Miss Vicky's. Yes, I will accept your coconut ice cream to go with my pineapple. Thank you. Thanking you. Okay, I got the brown sugar. I got the cinnamon. I don't think I have a mix made up of this, but let me go check my spices really quick, just in case. So I'd rather not make another one up if I don't have to. Because like cinnamon sugar is something that will last quite a long time. Nope, I think we're good to go here. Good to go. Maybe we'll just mix it in a small bowl together first. And then sprinkle. Mango. Yum. I have 2 mangoes that I'll probably be waiting for like 2 weeks for them to actually ripen before I eat them. Yeah, you gotta have the pineapple with the coconut. It's really clumpy, that piece. I wasn't gonna break it down. That's probably enough. Because, like, pineapple has natural sugars that will also caramelize on their own. I think it's almost time to get some more cinnamon here. Slim pickings. Cinnamon. Thank you. Is it just me, or does anyone else feel like pineapple seeds are just flax seeds? This is what I always think of. Is like a pineapple seed always reminds me of a flax seed. They look like bugs. Yeah, kind of that too. Pineapple and brown sugar. It's the low-calorie dessert. Hi, Trev. How's your day? Did you make anything yummy today for the fam? Or yeah, maybe a chia seed kind of. So funny. Okay, I'm just gonna use my hands to sprinkle this. Cinnamon and sugar. Dingo pirate? I'm dead. This will probably absorb in the next little bit, but there's nothing wrong with that. Make like a little crust on there. You eat watermelon with seeds and it's not growing in your belly? Did you ever watch the Magic School Bus though? You made jangmyeon yesterday with the rice cakes? Or did you use something else? Right? It's made with rice cakes and stuff like that. Thank you very much, Katniss. Now other people could make your family's meatloaf recipe too. Thank you for sharing. Those are like the most legendary recipes, right? The family ones. That's the noodles with the black bean sauce? Oh, I thought I've had it with like little rice cake sort of things with it. Maybe I'm wrong though. Okay, that looks good. Because like when we put this under the broiler, it's gonna melt and cover the whole thing anyways. That's all we wasted? But not bad. I suppose I could just finish it. Let's just cover it. We're doing a big old layer. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Kiwi, I know. Magic School Bus is from North America. So one of the episodes, it's like a kids sort of science show. One of the episodes is one of the kids eats a watermelon seed and then they take the bus into their digestive system and show how the seed started growing and stuff. It's so funny. What is an onion soup mix? It's like granulated onion and stuff. Oh, you made the noodles with the black bean sauce. I get it now, Trev. You remember a dream speak? It's like one that I've never forgotten. We're all haunted by it if you're our age. Okay, I'm looking up for Mish. So I can post a link. Black bean sauce? I do have a jar of it in the pantry right now. Just to have, right? Mish, this is for you. Oh my gosh, the link is like insanely long. Okay, it's gonna be me that breaks it. Okay, I'm not breaking chat with it. Just look up this. Lipton onion soup mix. That's what it is. And then as well as like using it in like meatloafs and stuff is growing up, I don't know about you, but TGIF Fridays, package of onion soup mix, or maybe like half, a third, sour cream, mix that in and you eat it with Ripple chips. That was a thing. Idora, it's so good. The ginger scallion sauce. Okay, let's put our pineapple over here because that's for dessert. We're not ready for dessert yet. 30-minute timer just went off on our pork belly. That's only been 30 minutes of braising, but let's see. Oh, I was like, is that a fruit fly? No, it's like a little feather flying around. Let's see how the pork belly is getting tender, and then we'll set another timer and go from there. But we still have to cook our rice, so I'll probably turn that on right away, as well as steaming the cabbage and then broiling our pineapple. But that's it. Basically everything else is done, which is awesome. Okay, I'm clicking on your link finally, Trev. Noodles with black bean sauce. Holy smokes, that looks good. Pork, zucchini, and onion? I'd eat that. Yeah, you gotta let it sit for a bit, the mix, for the hard onion bits to soften, but it's so good. Can you get a fried banana? I wasn't planning on frying anything today, but fried banana is delicious. Veggie soup mix, onion soup mix, but with veggies added. I think I've had that one before too, and it's also good. I think I've had it with like a fresh veggie platter before. So yummy. Okay, let us go over to the stove, uncover this, see what's happening here. We haven't peeked at all. We might even uncover it and just let it finish cooking uncovered for the next little bit. To reduce some of this sauce, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna take my paring knife and give this pork a little poke. How good does that look though? The color? Yeah, it's still pretty firm here. I'm gonna move some of the pieces around. So we'll for sure go another 30 minutes, which I thought we would need anyways. It'll probably be closer to an hour that this braises. So we can work on the rice and the cabbage on this side. Kind of commingle everything back into the center. Get those bay leaves back underneath there. Okay. So we're gonna cover it back up. And then I'm gonna turn it down a little bit too, because it looks like the sauce has reduced a touch. Lid back on, and then I'll switch our camera view here on my own so that we can do these next steps. Don't poke the pork, she says. Go find some pork belly. We got those ones at Costco, Scoots. So cheap. But yeah, any Asian store will sell it for sure. And Mexican, yep. And even some like just grocery stores these days will have it. Okay. Oh yeah, and we still have to soak some millet and beans for tomorrow's stream. Soaking 2 things. Oh my gosh, Cookie. I was hoping no one would ask me today because I haven't really been watching. But from, yeah, what I have like seen the little bits of like, I follow these girls online that have a podcast for Formula One and they like work with the teams a lot. They're called 2 Girls, 1 Formula, which is hilarious, by the way, the name. But yeah, they're in the paddock with Alfa Romeo this weekend, so they've been like updating their Instagram, and they're like, is this the next Fire Fest? Like, what is even going on? I guess the attendance for the weekend is just so low that they're literally just like fire selling the tickets. Sam and I were joking yesterday. I was like, should I just like go? Because like we had enough points, like I could have flown up on my credit card points and then stayed in a hotel for free, but it's like, I can't go without you. And they left the manhole covers. It took them like 6 months to even build the track to begin with. But yeah, it sounds like it's just an absolute mess. Like they resumed one of the practice sessions at 1 in the morning. All the drivers are like, I don't even know what time it is. Like, what is going on? Yeah, when we looked, same with us, Scooter. The prices were insane. So that's why we're like, you know what? Why would I go to a race in North America if it's half the price to go to one in Europe? So we're looking at Amsterdam as well as Monaco for next year. They're driving till like 5 in the morning. Insane. But it would be cool to be there just for the first weekend to like kind of watch the dumpster fire, right? Because I enjoy that kind of entertainment too. Oh shoot, Scoots, your Costco's 45 minutes away. That kind of sucks. Ours is like 20, so not as bad. Should have gone in Austin while you had the chance. Are they driving every American track this year though? That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a circuit right outside of Amsterdam. And hi, Ander. So we were kind of talking with Oak and seeing if he wants to go to the race with us next year. And yeah, exactly. Since you're watching Drive to Survive now on Netflix about Formula One, now you understand like how much behind the scenes action there is. So much drama. It's hilarious. Okay, let's go to the stove. I forgot I had my own face in there. Just one sec. I guess you don't really need to see the rice pot. I'll just go down a touch for now. There, that works. Okay, so we have a cup of rice in here. Just kernels, it's jasmine rice. We have a lid, which is important, and we also have our 2 cups of water to put in the pot. This is our steaming pot for our cabbage. There is 1.5 inches of water, and then we just put the lid on it. So I'm gonna turn on, I think both of these, because it's gonna take a bit with both of the burners on. So the front one, I'll turn, well, both of them will do medium-high for now. So like a 6 out of 9 setting. So we're gonna toast the rice before we add the water to it. And then we're just gonna wait for that water to come up for the steaming pot. And then when it does, we have this ready to go. We prepped our cabbage pieces with just a bit of parchment, and those will steam. And then here's our really yummy ginger scallion sauce we made for it. That's where we're at. Drive to Survive, they don't keep up with the current season. They'll always do it from like the previous season, right? Because they have to get all that content first. You live in the Netherlands. I know. And it's one of my favorite places in the world, and I've always wanted to go back with Sam. Zandvoort. Only race you care about is the Isle of Man. What's that? Hi, Samo. The Isle of Man. I'm intrigued. I'm putting the brown sugar away. I don't know. Nothing really else that we have to put away, but I will grab a spoon so we can stir the rice in a moment. We're looking so good, chat. All of the hard parts are complete. That's my favorite. Stir it up. Don't burn the rice kernels. I might go a little bit higher on the heat for both of them. It's a motorcycle race, and there's no, yeah, Isle of Man, no girls allowed. City Circuit bike race. Oh no. That's sad. That's crazy. That sounds insane, honestly. Okay, while we're waiting, or maybe I'll get the water in first, but I will get a couple of soaking items over here. So that will complete that for tomorrow's stream. Not traditional tacos, but we will be making some really yummy Mexican beans in the pressure cooker. What do you mean Huntsville's not found? That's bonkers, Katniss. Let's see what we got still. It's supposed to be like +9 today. Is it broken? It's not broken. It's up to 12 degrees Celsius. What even is this life? Oh, because there was an extra L in there, I see. 16! There was a sneaky extra L. Okay, stir our rice. And we know that rice is getting toasted when the kernels turn more white instead of opaque. So once like half of them are looking toasted, we can pour the water in. It's almost there. Why do we do this? It makes it taste more nutty. And then also the rice kernels stay nice and separate when we cook them. They don't go sticky. And we can do all of this without even rinsing the rice off. Which is pretty magical. I know, I didn't see it at first, Katniss. Cookies, he's on it. I love toasting the rice. I don't make rice any other way now. It's just not a thing. And this is an East Indian style of cooking rice that I learned. So I always loved their rice dishes when we would order it to go. And so then I looked it up. I was like, how do they make this so fluffy all the time? And that's how they do it. So we're boiling the rice. Lil Uzi, thanks for the follow. Welcome. You wash your rice and throw it in the cooker. That's okay too. Nothing wrong with that. I don't have a ton of space, so I try not to have those like single-use items. So there should be a nice sizzle when we pour the liquid in the rice like that. And then we can like stir it if we want, just once. And then we're gonna put the lid on it. And let that come up to a simmer. You got lazy once you got the rice cooker. Shoot. I wonder if there's other things you can use it for. Probably not, hey? I don't know. Also, where are we on this list? I think I can, like, cross everything off. Your mom would get mad if you boiled rice without the lid on. That's funny. Yeah, you could probably use your rice cooker for steaming veggies and stuff. Or get the Instapot, true. Once again, if you have space though, right? That's such a big one for people nowadays. People make oatmeal in it? Cool. I was wondering where the heck our music went. I don't love oatmeal. I usually just eat like oats by themselves in my yogurt bowl. I don't love cooked oats. You got a cute little rice cooker? I like those ones. We had one growing up too. It was handy, I will say that. And I really like the smell when you use the rice cooker. It goes like so floral. Okay, this is simmering. We're almost boiling, so let's turn it up for our cabbage. I'm okay if we munch on the cabbage like a little bit earlier while we're waiting for the adobo. I'm not super particular like how I eat my meals. It doesn't all have to be like eaten together. So then we put this on. Just like that. It's coming apart, no. And then I'm just gonna set a 5-minute timer so that we can see how tender the cabbage is at that point. You use the Instapot in a truck? Like in a semi? That's so cool. Shucks! That was so good. I thought Adobo was Photoshop. No, that's Adobe. I'm dead. Okay, the rice is up too. Don't even go anywhere. You think you can leave? Nope. We're steaming it up. Okay, let me get a plate out for the cabbage. We'll do this one, like, kind of old school style. Or, maybe I'll just do, like, a nice small portion. Because it could look really good on this plate. We're gonna do that instead, the contrast of the colors. Hey, rice is not allowed to go over. What do you think you're doing? There's so much, like, steaming stuff on the stovetop. It looks awesome. Katniss, I think we have the same neighbors. I got 2 little kiddos above me that literally are from 7 a.m. till sometimes midnight, non-stop. And so I just pound on the ceiling every now and then, because, like, we all deserve a little bit of peace in our life, right? Like, sometimes it just becomes a bit too much. That's also why I try and get out of the house and go, like, for fresh air walks outside. I don't know, like, I feel like that's kind of like a huge energy thing to me. Like, when they're just, like, not a happy person, like, have some dark energy, I feel like that's when you just don't you don't know that you're doing it. You pounded with the broom? I am lucky enough that if I stand on, like, the side of the couch, the armrest, I can reach it and, like, go like this on the ceiling. But you feel, yeah, you're right. You feel so nuts when you do it. It's like, I hate doing that, but what else are you gonna do? Rice is so funny when we try and cook it like this. It always tries to go over for like the first 5 minutes. And then, like, once it does, then you're good. Rice cracks you up. Okay, it's not that funny. You miss your house, Dusty. I can't wait to have a space of my own. It's gonna be so special. Like, what a special feeling. I probably won't even leave it for like a month. I'll just be like the crazy lady that sits on her porch. We can come over? Yes. You're the opposite. You gotta wear bells because you, like, sneak up on people. Me too, yeah. How do we know when the rice is ready? when there's no more liquid in the pot, and I will show you. I will show you how it looks when it's done, but mostly when there's no more liquid. So like there won't be any bubbles like that coming up, right? Hi Titan, you changed the color of your name. How's it going? And yeah, be thankful for your own space, Scoots. Okay, that was our 5 minutes on the cabbage. Face off, Mish. You got locked out of your name. What did you do on Twitch yesterday? You crazy lazy. Okay, so now all of that stuff's basically cooked out of the rice. It's not gonna cook over now. So I put the lid fully on it. Look at us. Oh, you didn't see it. Okay, come up here. You'll see the cabbage steam. It's insane. So just check it really quick. It's tender, but not as tender as I want it yet. So put the lid back on and I'm gonna do 5 more minutes. And then we have 11 minutes on the pork belly again. That's it. That's it. Do I measure the amount of liquid before? I do. So in culinary school, this is how we're taught, is for every 1 cup of dry rice kernels, you use 2 cups of liquid. So that's what I do. Yeah, like how Katniss said it. Oh, dang, Titan. And yeah, the rice is almost done. Don't see very much stuff kicking around there anymore. Is it not constricting to use paper in the steamer? It's actually not, surprisingly. You would think that, right? But it keeps it a lot cleaner, I find. And if you are steaming something where like it could possibly fall through the cracks, that's when I'm gonna use parchment. Like I didn't want the cabbage pieces to fall through the bottom of the steamer. And yeah, it doesn't make a difference, which is surprising. So obviously parchment is like a semi-permeable membrane. I might cook my rice a little bit different than you, Anders. Like I said, it's an Indian version of cooking rice that I've learned. And yeah, different varieties of rice will take different amounts of water. And that's another way too, Katniss, is using your finger. Yeah, you'll have to be a feta mish. No longer a kiwi mish. Okay, let's try this. I'm peeking. Little bit of water still in the bottom. So just let that come out of the pot by switching the lid. I'll go back down if you guys want. Oops. Yeah, like that. Like 2 minutes on that rice and it'll be done. And then all I do is I put the lid fully back on the pot and we just take it off of that hot burner so the bottom doesn't burn. And then we let it sit for at least 5 minutes with the lid on and it'll fluff and finish steaming up. Just be perfect. And yeah, one note on how we're cooking everything. Careful with the steam. Bob, thank you for the 28 months in a row subscribing to the kitchen crew. It wouldn't be the same without you, just saying. How's your weekend? But yeah, with all of this steam on the stovetop, just be careful that you don't burn yourself, okay? Because steam is one of the meanest ones. Checked. The toasting rice method, I would say, comes through a lot more with jasmine rice than any other rice. Basmati, it works too. Okay, so nice. The bottom of the pot is dry now. Tap your spoon off. Turn it off. We're just gonna put this over by the adobo on that other free burner. That out of there. My big old bag of chia seeds. I gotta make some chias today. I will say, yeah, the finger method of cooking rice probably takes a bit of practice. Everyone's fingers are different lengths, let's be honest. Work was rough today, Bomb? You're tired? Well, get some good food in you, get some rest, and tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow will be better. That's it. That's the 5-minute timer. Okay, so watch your fingers because of the steam. That should probably be good. Just take our paring knife again, and I'm just poking the parts of the cabbage that's like closer to the stem. And yeah, it is like translucent now. So let's turn this off, and I will show you how it looks over here. Should we plate it here? It's actually nicer down here to plate. So keep in mind this steamer basket's gonna like release some liquid, so just put a plate underneath it when you take it off of the pot. Dun, 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 dun. And then firstly, before we even go to plate it, just some salt. We didn't season this, but I will now so it can absorb in before we dress it with our sauce. Salt Bay. And then we literally have 4 minutes on the adobo timer. Everything timed out so perfectly. Hello. Okay, what do I need for this? I think a pair of tongs to try and pick it up. It's only 2:30. I'm such a crazy cooker sometimes. Okay, that is all of this one. It looks yummy, yet it is. It looks like so fresh and delicious, hey? I might just like tuck that one piece underneath. So healthy looking. Try and set this up better. Oh, I guess I can't really take a photo because my phone is the camera. That's okay. I'm not mad, just disappointed. Okay, so our ginger scallion sauce is grated ginger with my microplane, thinly sliced green onion, a little bit of sweet mirin, some rice vinegar, olive oil, salt, and pepper. So see how it's nice and thick? That's from the olive oil. And then when we go to spoon this over, get the focus on there, it's gonna kind of melt into it. From the heat. That's why I made it like nice and thick. Just let it sit for a moment. And like, when you spoon stuff like this over warm things, and especially potatoes, we can say, it's gonna absorb the flavors a lot more. Kind of magical. That is kind of funny, hey Scaramouche? It's like people actually use the Napa cabbage as paper sometimes. You're actually waking up to watch the race? Sammo and I, we kind of chalked it up to that's not gonna happen for us. I'm just grabbing a fork. I wish I could watch that race live, but it's so late. That's actually crazy. Let's try this. I like this side first that we'll try. So we made a healthier side dish today to go with the pork belly because it's so fatty, right? So we want to cut through the richness of it. Mmm. Mmm. That sauce is like a punch of flavor to your face. Little bit of spiciness from the ginger. It's almost like a palate cleanser. We added a good amount of salt to the cabbage. And like just warming up the green onion a bit, like putting it on the warm cabbage, made the flavor of the onion a bit more mild. Gangland language. Mmm. I always forget how juicy Napa cabbage is. Just like fills your mouth with water. What the heck? Water fiber. I'm so happy I made this today though. That's my timer. It's the Adobo. It's finished. I'm having one more bite first. Mm-mm-mm. 200 grams of vodka. Do you want me to die? Norwegians love cooked cabbage, really? I also love Norwegians. Where is Norges? Okay. That's not the right view. Hello? Hello? It's really hot. One thing about these lids, they get really hot. What do we got? Good smells, I can definitely say that. Oh no, it doesn't look as good. There. Look at how that's reduced. Whoa. I think it's probably done. Oh yeah. You see how easy my paring knife slides through the meat? Oh, oh baby. JK, welcome. How are you? Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. Turning it off. We're getting ready to plate it up over here. It looks so good. And then our last thing is just a quick little broil for our pineapple. once we try our adobo. 200 grams is not even half a bottle. It's like a small plastic cup's worth. I will tell you, like, literally an ounce of alcohol and my cheeks are rosy. So there's that. Your house is from 1857? That must make you feel pretty young being 12 years old. That is so cool, Mish. I love Europe. Okay, let's get a trivet. And yeah, and you're in prison. Look at what happened here. That just went like... You gotta move this over. This went deep, dark, and delicious. Hello, camera? Are you feeling okay? We had to take the bowl out. Every time I touch it, it goes weird. Are you alright, camera? I think so. This is interesting. Why are you not staying focused? I had to get it to focus. Okay. We're just gonna stay back here then. It's in its own little world right now, so instead, you know, I'll just use my own devices. Oh my gosh, even if I put it closer, it won't. I don't know if it's too glossy looking, but that is how it looks, and that looks phenomenal. You wouldn't even know it's pork, it almost looks like beef. Yeah, hello, cameraman Dave. It's too shiny, that was my thought. Yeah, because if we move it over, it's fine now. But wowie wow. So the only thing we could hope is that the pork is not too salty from braising in the soy sauce. But that's why it's really important for us to keep the lid on the pot while it's braising so that the sauce doesn't reduce too much. I'm very intrigued to try this. And then we could also say that's why we make a plain rice to go with this, because there's a lot of flavors inside of this dish on its own. So scoop your rice. This is how it ended up looking. And yeah, make sure you eat the crunchy bay leaves for sure. Wait, what? Look at how fluffy it comes out. Seriously, my favorite. Yeah, you just leave the bay leaf at the top of your mouth. You guys are bad. I like it. I need... have some tongs. And I guess we could just kind of scoop the sauce out on the side of the pot. This is what my watch says, chat. It's time to stand. What a joke. Bay leaf behind the ears? I didn't know that trick. I have never heard people say that about bay leaves, but they're crazy if they say that, because it totally makes a difference. Look at this. We'll hold it up. Hello. Nice to see you. I mean, all the onions and like garlic and stuff, not a bad thing to put on the dish. It's all been cooked for like an hour. It's all nicely broken down. I'm grabbing all the meaty chunks. I was like, look at those whole garlic cloves and stuff. Let's move some of this over. Yeah, rice is kind of funny like that. If you try and put some spices in it, sometimes the only parts that taste like the spices is the ones that touch the rice. Okay, now I gotta show you guys this too. Look at how unctuous and shiny the sauce is that the camera can't even focus. But that's how it should look. And I scooped a garlic clove onto here for us. There wasn't a ton of liquid though, I will say. We only started with a cup and a half total of liquid. The rest of the stuff just came from the pork, I would say. Should I fill this in with one more little piece down here, I'm thinking. And now, I don't honestly know if I can take a photo, chat, because the stream will cut out like always. Turmeric is the best rice spice. And yesterday we were also talking about saffron with rice too. Yeah, we broke the camera. It looks too good. Oops. Okay, grab our fork that's already here. Yeah, you'd have to like make the bay leaf water and then it would all taste like it. I wonder. Yeah, every time I use like spices in rice, they just float to the top anyways and don't really flavor it. It's funny. I'm going in. I'm just gonna bite it, I think. I want to see how tender it is if I do that. It's not falling apart. But I like my pork belly like kind of chewy like this. It's tender, but it still has structure, you know? Look at how juicy that is though. My goodness. And so the flavor, the soy sauce almost got like caramelized. It got really like deep, dark flavor. Nice and sweet. Oh, you know what we didn't put in this by accident was any brown sugar. So sometimes they put brown sugar in this sauce, but honestly, I don't think it needs it. I really like how we have our like sweet and sour sauce on the cabbage instead. And then this is braised with soy sauce and vinegar and aromatics. Like, look at that garlic clove. Wow, that's delicious. Sweet and sour. Shecht, you're on it today. Whoa. The sauce, I'm so happy we scooped it. I even got a whole peppercorn. And it was okay. Because it's like been cooked down. So it was just like soft and kind of like a little spicy on this side. And the yummy ginger garlic nubs in there too. Caramelized onion. We did a really good job rendering the pork belly. It doesn't feel too fatty at all. It's just like these meaty morsels. You guys. I'm happy. I don't know if you could tell. I'm glad the rice is plain too, because it really lets all of the aromatics in the sauce shine through. Merrick, what are you gonna cook? Do you know? Kiwi. You be careful picking a battle with Mish. I don't know. Like, look at that. Let's see, can I just cut it with my fork? Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb. So you should be able to just eat this dish with a fork. You don't even need a knife. That's almost what we made yesterday on stream. We did chicken braised with mushroom sauce. It was so delicious. I need chopsticks. I don't want to use chopsticks. I have them. Do we really have to say that we need the chopsticks? Okay, so there's that, and then our half kind of like eaten healthy part, our steamed cabbage with the ginger scallion sauce. So that was our meal complete, and it's so good together. And then we have our dessert prepped on the side, which I think I'm gonna turn the broiler on for. It'll be really quick. A cinnamon sugar roasted pineapple. It's so good, Cookie. And like, I sometimes find that pork belly is a bit too fatty. But the way that you make this dish, like when you sear it and render out all the fat, it doesn't become too fatty at all. Turned out really, really good. Like, you almost kind of like those little fatty chunks when you bite into them with the rice. It turned out really good, Scoots. I'll definitely have to go for a walk later. So we're just waiting on the broiler, and then we'll make our little dessert. And then we just have to soak a grain and a bean, a legume for tomorrow's stream, and then we're good. I'm not even paying attention to anything you guys are saying. I'm born in Sweden. How did you know? I put the broiler on high. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna put a few things away. I love all these leftovers that I have available to me too. It's awesome. Bye, Bonk. Thanks for hanging out with us. And I hope you have a wonderful time at your party. And please eat a taco for me, okay? Let's do this. Let's do this view for now. Can you get a mod to change a command slightly? What do you need? I can look at it. Gore, I haven't seen you in a long time. Nice bonus to cooking adobo is dumping a bunch of rice into the vessel to sop up all the goodness. No, you will not let that go to waste. Yeah, I always pack up my meals so that I can eat them during the week. I usually try and eat my larger meal around like 3 p.m. Like now, let's say, like it's literally right on the dot 3 p.m. So this is my big meal of the day. I have a big filling breakfast, a big lunch, and then I'll just kind of snack and have a couple small bites later for dinner. I'll like eat something, wait half an hour, go eat another thing, and like that's how I kind of pick up my food later on. Is this how you guys mostly eat in Europe too? Is what I've heard? Is like your dinner is actually at lunchtime? Yeah, it's actually 12 at night. It's midnight. Your PC says it, so it must be true. In Southern Europe, maybe they eat like that? Interesting, okay. But yeah, that's how I've been eating. And it works really good. I don't know. Body's happy like that. Okay, she's glowing red. Before I put it in, I'm gonna take a really quick bathroom break. We never put anything in the broiler and then walk away. That's a general rule of thumb. Unless maybe you want to possibly burn your house down. Up to you. Your personal attendant? You have a personal attendant? What? Is from Nigeria. Yesterday you cooked you egusi soup with iba? What is that? I've never tried it and I don't even know what it is. But I will tell you, I do like to eat with my hands and I would be okay with it. It's 18 p.m. Did I say that? No. In the weekend, your dinner is at 3 a.m. Oh, Coke. That just messes up everything. And yeah, then the other rule I have that I try to stick to, yesterday I had some chippies at like 10 p.m. But no eating after 9 p.m. either when it's time to go to bed. Okay, be right back. It's me. Hi. I've returned. It's me. Do I have to move the oven rack up? The answer is yes. Whenever you're broiling anything, you should always move your oven rack up to the top row so that whatever you're broiling is as close to the heat as possible. Pop that in. Gonna leave that open. Leave your oven door popped open so you can keep your eye on it. Don't want to burn anything. To not say mish, please input the sheesh. Rolling quads. Thank you for the follow. Does Mish also want this? You actually just live to serve Bob. I'm fixing it if you're wondering what I'm doing. Okay, let's see if it worked. Someone can test it. Put the emote at the end there. Let's see. Do you want it just sheesh meesh, or you want my fire emote too? What? You gotta teach me Scandinavian? Okay. I love learning. I think I would fit in pretty good there. Okay, the sugar's melted, and that's my report. It looks good? Okay. Perfect. Okay, while we're waiting, because sometimes when I broil, I also like kind of listen for things to start sizzling. Just gonna grab our containers for our beans and our millet. I've never like cooked such small portions of food at home before. It's kind of a funny feeling. That should be good for the beans. And then I honestly have to look at the recipe for the millet that I posted in Discord. I forget how much he used. Wait, I have to choose which language? You guys can't do that part for me? I feel like there's gonna be so much judgment. That's not fair. You guys are hilarious. It's my favorite. Nice, yeah. I tried to melt sugar when I was a kid once. I hope you didn't burn yourself at least, though. Because that's the scariest part of hot sugar, is when you get it on your skin. Oh no, kiwi's going in the mix too now? Ah, the sugar's bubbling. It actually looks so good. Here, let me see this. I don't know if it's possible, but we're gonna try and go into the... I just want to show you. That's what it looks like. Whoa! This is the funniest chat I've seen in a while. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so the sugar's gonna caramelize, but then we actually like let the pineapple kind of cook too. Let's make room to eat it. This is like the most complete meal I've made in a long time. 2 things for the main course. And a yummy, healthy dessert. Rugbrod is life. I like it too, it's yummy. I've bought it before, I've never made it. We're almost there. I could almost put like another layer of sugar on it, looks like. I have so many European viewers too. You guys always stay up so nice and late to hang with us. Go, go, go. And remember, we want caramel, not like burnt, right? It's almost there. Maybe like 1 to 2 more moments. What temp is the oven at? Broil on high. Do you have that option on yours? It made it so warm in here, having the oven open. Okay, I think it's good. Okay, so we can see where we could have put a bit more sugar on, but it's gonna taste delicious regardless. I don't need it to be that sweet. Usually you put lots of sugar if your pineapple is like not super tasty and right, but that's how it comes out. So be really careful when you're transferring this onto your plate, right? Because the hot sugar and stuff. Just gonna use a spatula. And then we just pile that up and eat it. If you have ice cream, that'd be fantastic. Has anyone in here ever been to a Brazilian steakhouse? Because this is what they serve for dessert at it. And Sam and I, we love it. So we thought we would make it at home. And then the pineapple kind of cooks too, right? So it softens up. Like concentrates the flavor. Yeah, very similar to caramel bananas. You can see the cinnamon on there. It's gonna be rockin' hot, don't burn your face. Yeah, that is the hardest part. After all of the meats, because like how many is there? There's like 9 or something at ours. After all the meats, there was no room. Not even a small piece of the pineapple. Mmm. It's so juicy. Yes, yeah, the bread and the salad bar. At your guys' ones, do they have the cheese puff things too? Because at ours, they make a gluten-free cheese puff that is like so good. I've always wanted to make it. Infinite meatus. Look at how golden it went. Almost looks fake. That's it. What a meal. Look at that trio of goodness. Is cheese puffs like Cheetos? So think of like a choux pastry, like profiterole, but gluten-free, made with, I think it's tapioca flour. You have plantains as a camping snack? Nice, you like roast them? I have seen those recipes online with just bananas. Interesting how you use plantain. It's like so starchy. Yeah, you know some of those words. I'm sorry. Let me see if I could look it up. That's what it is. Why are these links so long? Oh, I understand why now. It's because I'm trying to paste it off a thing. What? Hello, Drunken Buddha, my guy, welcome in. I was just showing off, we're just actually finishing up the stream too. All of the tasty things we made today. Welcome, welcome in. How was your stream? What did you get up to? And thank you so much for sharing your wonderful internet community with us. Hello, Diogen. So today wasn't focusing earlier because the pork was like so shimmering with the fat that it literally wouldn't focus on the adobo. But let me see if I could get it. We made pork belly and adobo with just some simple rice, a steamed Napa cabbage with a homemade ginger and scallion sauce. It's so yummy and healthy. And then we just pulled this out of the oven. Is like a cinnamon sugar broiled pineapple for dessert. Those were the three things we made. It was wonderful. Okay, back to our little cheese puff. Thank you for shouting out, Drunken Buddha too. Was he gaming or was he doing something else today? We're just learning about some more Brazilian things before you popped in. We were talking about these gluten-free cheese puffs. If anyone's ever been to a Brazilian steakhouse, they're so, so delicious. So we're teaching some of the Europeans about that. He was practicing pies? Nice. Thanks for answering us, Diogen. What kind of pies did they make? Might be kind of a raid train. Oh yeah, actually, we had a couple more things to do. I'm just gonna move some of this stuff over. We have to soak 2 things for our stream coming up tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun one. We're making some new things that I've never done before. Hi, Buddha. Sweet potato pie. Are you getting ready for Thanksgiving next weekend? Or sorry, next week, I should say rather, because it's on Thursday in America. Canadian Thanksgiving is like in the middle of October. So ours is like long gone. But I always like to celebrate both with stream. It's like, why not, right? Give me an excuse to have turkey. We will do that meal redemption the first weekend of December. So Sam is home on November 30th, and I was thinking we will do it the stream of that weekend. The 30th is the Thursday. So whatever day works for you, Katniss, just let me know and we can pick one. Whether it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Probably Saturday would be the best for that meal just because there's a couple things going with it, and we always take a longer stream for Saturday. Perfect then. Okay, you put it on your calendar. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget either. Yeah, something like that. You're prepping it up. How's the meal coming? We just finished. I was just showing off before you popped in. It turned out fantastic. I can't believe like how quick I made everything today either. So our adobo just like had a couple of our meaty morsel pork belly chunks with the rice. There's like ginger, garlic, and onion in there. Our side turned out so good. It was like a little iffy on this one, but our steamed Napa cabbage with ginger scallion sauce. And then since I have this, I might have to have another bite of it. And then our broiled pineapple for dessert, just with cinnamon and brown sugar. Okay. First things first. Katniss. Meal. So what will that be, like December 2nd? December 2nd. Dunny. Dunny. Okay, so tomorrow on stream we're making gluten-free breakfast tacos. Going with some Mexican style beans. I didn't have pinto beans dried, but I did have a little bit of kidney beans that I wanted to use up instead. To me, frijoles are frijoles. Whether it's pinto beans or kidney beans, at the end of the day, personally, it's all going to the same spot and it's gonna turn out just as delicious. And then our gluten-free tacos. So I found this recipe on my Instagram page. Is this guy uses millet. Blend it up, so you soak the millet overnight, and then you blend it the next day with like some spinach and stuff. So the tortillas are gonna be green. Like a vibrant green. And then we're just gonna fill them with like some scrambled eggs, probably some bacon and stuff like that. But I have a wheat intolerance now, so I am all about like trying new gluten-free things. One thing I was reading up about millet though, yeah, like literal. So I guess this is the year of the millet grain. So this guy was like sponsored to try and get more people to eat millet. Corn tortillas are gluten-free. I just wanted to try something else because we've made corn tortillas many a times before on stream over the years. So I wanted to challenge myself. But yeah, always ask questions, okay? Never be afraid that you're like asking a weird question. So then from here, what does he say? I don't know how many tortillas it's gonna make, but it sounds like a lot. Honestly, if there's like extra mix, I was thinking of maybe making it into crackers or something like that afterwards. I'll see. But he says 1.5 cups of millet soaked overnight. And then you blend it the next day with some spinach. You can put parsley if you want. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, and some olive oil. And then we're gonna just cook it like a tortilla in a pan. But it's like a liquid sort of like batter, let's say, not a dough. Bob, I do love like a flour and corn tortilla mix because they're a bit more pliable. That's what I usually make. But I can't make that anymore. So I thought I would just try something different. I do have a whole bag of masa to use. You used to dislike them, but now you like them. I like them every now and then. And it's nice that they're like pretty versatile. You can keep them soft, you can bake them hard, you can fry them into chips. So they are nice to have around. Okay, so 1.5 cups of millet. I'm gonna cut that in half. I'm just gonna go like 3/4 of a cup of millet because it's literally just me in the house right now. So come on in. Grains of discovery. The traditional grain of Asia, it says, has a mild sweet flavor and quick cooking time. A unique alternative to rice and salads, pilafs, and stir fries. Excuse me, add uncooked millet to bread for extra crunch. And then the one thing I learned when I was reading up about this is don't eat too much millet at a time. There is, I don't know what to call it, a mineral. There's an element in the grain that can disrupt your hormones if you eat too much. So it's really recommended to not always be eating millet. And then it says this grain has been around since 8000 BC. Like it's a very ancient grain. This whole chat is always out of control, Katniss. And I love how I can just like carry on, do my thing. You guys are still paying attention. But at the same time, you're like still in your own little convos. It's my favorite. Yeah, the grain is past date. It's 8000 BC. Imagine. Mish. He doesn't specify water for soaking, but I do know that grains kind of grow when you put water with them. So add like quite a bit of water, and whatever container you're using, allow space for it to grow in the container. So there's our 3/4 cup. The feeling of this is really cool. It honestly just reminds me of quinoa. Very similar looking. I think you could also puff this. So how you would puff this, if you guys have ever had like puffed wheat or different puffed grains, it's so delicious. So you'd have to cook this and then dehydrate it, and you puff it by cooking it like popcorn. So you like pop it in hot oil with the steam, and it's so yummy to like garnish salads and stuff with. Same thing you could do with wild rice. You could do like puffed wild rice the same way. That's something I learned at the last restaurant I worked at. So let's cover that, not with hot water. You could either do lukewarm or cold. Probably just like fill it to there. And then that's that. And then our beans soaking for tomorrow, and then tomorrow we'll pressure cook them. Bye, Kimmers. Yeah, you need to take the doggo out before the sun sets, right? That's my next task too, is my walk. Thanks for hanging out, Kimmers. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Beans, beans, the magical fruit. And so same thing, soaking with that, I'll fill up the same amount of water. And then we just leave that out on the counter overnight. You don't have to put it in the fridge. I will put a lid on though. And now we're all prepped up. Look at how this one's like all foamy and bubbly. What the heck? I have couscous as well, and I really love couscous, but I can't eat it anymore, so I think I have to make it for Sambo. I gotta make some tabbouleh or something to use it up, because it's like a really nice organic couscous as well. I don't want to throw it out. And yeah, it's fun to say, isn't it? The couscous. Smell it. If it doesn't smell like musty, you should be okay. I will say, like, grains and stuff like that can go a little bit past their, like, expiry or best before date. It all depends on how you store your ingredients, right? If you're gonna store it opened, uncovered, it's not gonna last as long. The less air anything sees, the longer it's gonna last. Don't say it, Mish. We don't need to. Okay, I'm looking. Oh my gosh, I just opened up the browser with the free library card on it. Everyone, go get a library card so you can live your best life. Just like us. Who is this? And I feel like we have to go inspect. Chaotic Good Mage. He says autumn's last hurrah. And he is cooking in food and drink. I'm intrigued. I don't know who this is. Is there anybody else? Let me just check really quick. Wait, Walter Melon's on? Heck this. Okay, we're going to go raid Walter Melon. I wanted to last weekend, but it didn't happen. Expiry says 2021, it's vacuum sealed. There's only one way to find out. Only one way to find out. Thanks everyone for being here with us today. This was a fun stream. I'm getting like pretty good at streaming and cooking, hey? Like I'm hitting it on these like 3-hour marks. Okay. We have been created. Let's go raid a fellow stream viewer. I'm honored. That's gonna be really fun. I'll try and stick around for a bit in there, but honestly, I am gonna go for, I think, my walk right now. The sun is setting. It doesn't take long anymore. But, my wonderful people, I hope I inspired you today. Cook something delicious for yourself, maybe something else too. Spread the deliciousness. We'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific, cooking up some very interesting breakfast tacos. Let's learn a little bit tomorrow about a grain that I don't know a ton about. Other than that, yeah, go get your fresh airs if you still have time. I don't know what Sam's doing, but I'm trying to say bye. I don't know if he's trying to say bye, but it didn't come out at all. Thank you for all this support. I love you all. Let's go see Walter Melon and hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye!